It's been 8 years since the moratorium on offshore oil exploration has been passed into law. The legislation stands as proof of what's possible when an entire nation rallies behind a single cause, a lesson that remains just as relevant today. The spark for this movement came in May 2010, when a report revealed that 17 oil exploration concessions had been granted to various companies.
Ultimately have to get environmental clearance, and they do that through the environmental process where they either do a EIA or the Environment Department would grant clearance through an environmental compliance plan. Of course, they will determine what they can do, where they can do it, and obviously they can't drill on the reef, they can't drill near to coral patches, etc.
And that did not sit well with the NGO community. A month later, they joined forces to form an environmental coalition with a mission to ban offshore drilling.
And as a result, we got together and we decided that there was a need to form some sort of coming together and unite our efforts so that we're not duplicating resources, going out and doing the same educational campaigns, and so we can work together on this issue.
The movement even got the support of huge celebrity names like Ted Danson and Morgan Freeman.
Saw the map. It's dreadful. It's awful. And there was no oversight. There's no government oversight in Belize. Your government officials just say, okay, go ahead and do it. And as you can see from this experience here, that could work out to be very, very bad for Belize.
What's the message?
You've got wonderful waters around Belize.
Yes.
You've got reefs. You've got that wonderful ecosystem there. It's too fragile.
Back in 2011, the coalition launched a bold mission to collect 18,000 voter signatures to force a referendum on offshore drilling. They hit the target, but when the list went to the elections and boundaries, 8,000 names were tossed out. It was a major setback. Still, the group didn't quit. Instead, they staged their own vote, calling it the People's Referendum.
No, this referendum is not coming under the Referendum Act. If you can recall, we tried to have a referendum on the Referendum Act, but 40% of the signatures were rejected. But people were still asking us, they want the opportunity to vote on this issue.
Voters who turned out voted overwhelmingly for the ban on offshore drilling. But it wasn't until 2017 that years of hard work finally paid off with real legislation. The moratorium legislation was introduced in the National Assembly in October 2017 and took effect on December 13th, 2017, exactly 8 years ago.
I think this is certainly a big day for Belize. We have continuously framed this issue not as an environmental issue or a conservation issue, but as a national issue, because when you look at the fact that more than half of our population are directly dependent on coastal and marine ecosystems.
Today marks 8 years since Belize passed the Petroleum Operations Maritime Zone Moratorium Act, a law that put a stop to offshore oil drilling. It's a moment to look back, but also to ask, what's next for oil exploration in our waters? Oceana took to Facebook today to celebrate the milestone, and here's something worth noting. In 2023, the Brazilian administration doubled down on its commitment. They amended the law to make one thing crystal clear. Before any change or repeal of this ban, Belizeans must have their say through a mandatory referendum.
GOB confirms that there is no intention of amending or repealing the provisions of the Moratorium Act. We have to be clear about that. 2, GOB and Oceana and Belize are mutually committed to meaningful consultation on the matter of petroleum exploration in the maritime zone.
As the country looks ahead, the challenge will be balancing economic ambitions with ecological responsibility, a decision that will continue to shape Belize's identity for generations to come. Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.